Good Monday morning. First of all, happy Memorial Day. I hope everybody has a good day off celebrating, especially if you have any of those that have lost their lives for any reason for this country. So once again, just hope you get a good day off and spend time with family. But let's jump in. We're starting week 4. Week 3 grades will be updated in the next day or two as typical, just to let you guys know. And so maybe by Wednesday, make sure you're checking those grades. If you have any questions, reach out to me on that. But let's jump in. If you focus on what you left behind, you will never see what lies ahead. And that is from the movie Ratatouille. And really, that's easy to look at in a lot of situations, especially jumping into a master's program. There's times you're going to have to leave behind social things. You know, you can't go out because you have a project or a paper to do. You lose sleep. But pressing on, hitting that goal is definitely worth it because there's things ahead. So this week we hit that halfway point after week 4 is over. You guys are doing a great job and working really hard, so I thank you for that. And just keep balance in mind, right? I know there's a lot of work in this course, but you definitely into the school year is coming for a lot of you, so make sure you balance that. Um, this week we get into information processing and memory strategies. There are a couple discussion questions and an assignment at the end of this week. So we'll go through all this and really looking at sensory and hemispheric preferences in teaching and learning, concept of memory, retention, retrieval, and integrating brain compatible teaching into your instructional studies. So as far as content, there is quite a bit. I don't think there's as much as last week, but chapter 2 in the book starts looking at how the brain processes information, and I believe it's about 50 pages long for chapter 2. And if you go back, you're reading all of chapter 2 and some of chapter 3. So just know you're not reading all of chapter 3. So chapter 3 starts looking into memory and how the brain works around that, and some of the articles we read, as we'll get into, we'll talk about that a little bit more. And increasing memory, and what are some things you can do to help yourself on that. This article on Edutopia explores, sketchnoting got really big a few years ago, and how the brain functions when you have to remember something while you're drawing. Some people like to draw an image to relate to that. Some people just need to doodle, right? And so not a super long article, but really good. And then 11 ways to improve your child's memory power, but I would say that would work for us as well. And so as I scroll through here, you can see once again, this is not a super long article, especially it's just giving quick hitters on different things you can do. And then we get a couple of videos, Peter Doolittle, how your working memory makes sense of the world. It's interesting to talk about like long-term memory versus not short-term, but working memory, memory you have to access. I guess an easy way to explain it is you have your hard drive on your computer, which is long-term, and then working memory is like RAM. And so that video is only 9 minutes long. And then the last one is only, I think, 2 minutes long, about 2 minutes long. And once again, it's another one matching that article on how to boost students' memory. So that's the content for the week. Not as much as last week, but it's all really impactful, really good. Your 2 discussion questions. The first one's on sensory preferences. After reading chapter 2, choose one activity or article and provide your reaction. What was covered or taught? How does it affect your role as an educator? What's a new concept you learned? Or if there's nothing new, what's one that really stuck out to you? What was particularly valuable to you from that? And make sure you include a citation on that. And then post your summary reflection by Thursday. As always, early in the week is better. And then make sure you hit both responses, 2 responses to your peer. The second discussion question is on sense and meaning, and real basic. Explain the roles of and the relationship between what is sense and what is meaning. And give an example from your current situation, grade level, if you're not in the classroom, whatever your current situation is. How will you make sense of it to your students while also making it meaningful to them or your clients, your consumers, whatever situation you're in there? So really for the week, you have the 2 discussions questions and you have the 1 assignment. I'll talk about that in 1 second. Let's just real quick go over, since we're here, what week 5 brings. There's 2 chapters from the Sousa text. There's no articles or videos. There's 3 discussion questions again on week 5. So be planning for that. And then really it's gearing up for week 6 and 8. Both of those assignments are pretty big. You'll want to go to the assignment tabs and look at the videos on those. So remember, if you click on assignment and you go to either one of those, so let's say assignment 6 or week 6 assignment arts and movement, or your week 8 assignment, if you scroll, there's going to be videos for those. Sorry, that one has, I apologize. That one has a couple examples, and there should be a video for that, and I'll post it and make sure it's there. And then the arts and movement project as well should have a video specifically for it that you can look into. So if you want to look ahead and start building on that, you can. But let's talk about the assignment that's due in this week. It's a processing model analogy. So it's going to be graphic. You're going to make something that visually describes how the brain processes information. Once again, there is a specific video down here. You can see it's about 3.5 minutes long. The biggest thing to know is it's going to be visual, but there's also writing, right? You got to do some explanation. So if you watch this video and have any questions, reach out to me. Mostly you have been when you have clarifying questions, which is great. And then always take it in context of the rubric. It's going to give you all the pieces you need: the 4 features, role of sense, role of threat and emotions. And so you can go through that rubric. But remember, watch the video, look at the rubric. If you have any questions, text, email, call, reach out to me for any information that you need. Have a great week 4, and I look to finishing the second half of this class strong with you all.